Peace, love, love. Peace. All right, getting grounded. Whew. I just did a whole lot in 5 minutes. I just ran home. How y'all feeling after this full moon? Lots of shifts. I am reminding and being mindful of like this whole multitasking energy is not working for me right now. So I'm needing to be present, to be still, and yeah, to be here. Peace, peace, peace. Oh, so yes, it is Tuesday tea. We are here. I hurry up and made my tea. I got some spearmint and some lemon, and that's what I need right now. So love, love. We are in for, it's Black August, y'all. Hey. We are in for beautiful. I am really just wanting to move into the space of like balancing this masculine and this feminine. And so I want to bring on more kings this month and my beautiful queens. We even got somebody that's coming from across the waters, y'all. So yes, it is beautiful to be in this space, to be present with you all, to bring in the medicine. That's why we have the tea. And so we can talk about the different ways in which we are liberating ourselves in love and self-care, in our blackness, in all things. And it might look different, it might feel different for everyone, but know that we are in this. We are in this together and we're figuring it out together. So peace, we got Born King coming in. I see you on here. I see you on here. All right. Peace, peace, peace. All right. Where you at? Where you at though? Did you ask to join though? Where you at? Come on in. Peace, peace, peace. Everyone joining, please share. Please hold the space. Stay with us. Sip some tea. Let me know what tea you got. What tea you bringing in today? What tea y'all got? I'm sipping on I have my Moon Goddess mug. Y'all know this is my favorite mug right now. This is my brand right here. So peace, love, love. How y'all feeling? What's your flow like? What medicine y'all bringing? Y'all need today? What's some things y'all want to talk about? We are bringing Born King in here. I see the request. There we go. All right. Yes. To hear and talk about our beautiful blackness. Our beautiful beings in this space as we connect. Peace. There you go. Hey.
Hey, how you doing? How you feeling?
Yes, to the medicine. I'm present. I'm present. How are
Yes,
you?
you are. I'm amazing. Every day is the greatest day ever.
Ah, I love that. I love that. Yeah, that's something I always tell people. Either I'm saying great rise or I'm saying great day because I'm going to affirm it. Like, yes.
Every day is great. Even the ones that seem bad, look bad, is a great day because that's probably a day where I learned the most, day where I grew the most. You feel me? So, you know, it's only good. We gonna experience good, you know.
Yes. It is all good. I think the days that we are maybe feeling a little bit of like constriction or restriction is really just teaching us just to like slow down, be present, you know, be in the moment. So, yeah.
Absolutely. You know, I feel like it's major key to, you know, read the world around you, read your body, feel your body, you know, and move how your body should move. Now, me having a great day, I might need to rest that day. You feel me? But it's still gonna be a great day. Some days I might force something or I might make the wrong move, and it's still a great day to me because I know the next time I try that, whatever that is, I'm gonna do it better next time. You know, so I only experience good.
Yes.
Great.
It's beautiful. It gives us time to tap in and be present with ourselves and our ancestors. Like, you know, just recognize what they're saying. And yeah, today is definitely that partying. I've been working with the youth here at the YMI. It's one of the oldest youth cultural centers in the country. I mean, multicultural cultural centers in the country. And they have a youth program. And I've been working with them. And today I was like, I just can't. I just can't. I just had to be still. You know, I didn't want to bring none of whatever was moving through me in that space. And I think that's also like being accountable to one another in community too, is like making sure that, you know, the transfers of energy is happening on a positive level, you know.
Absolutely.
So staying
Absolutely.
in our bodies is definitely key.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's major key right there. You know, I'm real big on following the soul, moving in the flow of things. You know, of
Mm-hmm.
course, sometimes we set certain obligations up for ourselves, but overall, you know, we want to be able to self preservation is the first key. You know, you got to take care of yourself first. You know, and it's a major key to make sure you're in the proper mind state and the proper energy space and everything, especially when you're dealing with the youth. You know, because
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of energy in itself. They feel you, and they also are going to demand a certain amount of attention and energy. So, yeah, you got to take care of yourself first and foremost.
Definitely. So what you doing working? I know you always working with the youth and you always in community. So what's your major move right now?
Absolutely. Let me just open these blinds up real quick. I feel like I'm kind of dark or something like that.
You in the
Okay, that's
shadows
better.
today?
I think that's better. Yeah. Okay, that's much better. Okay, yeah. So, as far as working with the youth right now, of course, it's been, you know, a challenging year, you know, moving and adapting with the state of affairs and everything. Um, we were looking forward to finishing out this Life Designs mentorship program that we had at Dudley High School, but you know that clearly got ended sooner than we were able to. And I kind of went through a period of trying to figure out how I could kind of tap in with the youth and build with the youth in this space that we're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't got but so much like direct connection. Some of the youth from the program we've been able to, you know, send some messages to and kind of talk a little bit randomly. But as far as really building and engaging with the youth, it's probably been more of a preparation period for real for me, like over the past few months. Like I've been doing a lot of studying. I've been looking up a lot of the master teachers, the master builders, nation builders, community builders, and elevating my blueprint, my personal plan, you know, where I can be more effective, especially to not just talk about entrepreneurship and artistic expression, which are all things that we tap in on, but to be more prepared to talk about the community building aspect, the nation building aspect, the family building aspect. You know,
Mm-hmm.
as a man, what it looks like to be a protector and provider. Like the first thing we have to secure is the food, clothing, and shelter for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been a major key. On top of that, self-defense, things of that nature, health and wellness. So I've been really like focusing on my own personal health and well-being, mind, body, and soul-wise, as well as how to create programs that the youth will be able to apply some of these things to their own personal life. So I've really been connected and working with some different farmers. Like long story short, me and T Walt, we have been talking about different survival skills training programs that we wanted to have, from self-defense to agriculture to just overall pushing being a producer rather than consumer. Of course, we're going to consume things, but to have a producer mindset, you feel me? So a lot of the main things I consume, I think about, well, how can I get close to how can I produce it for myself or get close to the producer? You
That
know,
comes
I can
in the
cut out
food and the
all the
clothes, right?
middlemen and I can pay a bulk price, consume mine for a lower price, as well
Mm-hmm.
as monetize the rest of the package, you know, the rest of the stock, the rest of the bulk. So I just been strategizing and let me see. So I was connecting with the farmers. It's been a beautiful thing to connect with the water. I mean, to have an actual connection to a real source. Like it's great. We need the information. We need the enlightenment. We need the motivation, but we need water.
Right.
we need
Right.
food and water
So
more than
true.
anything. You feel me? So to be able to have access to that, so Walmart and Food Line run out of water and all that whole nine that was happening early on in the pandemic and happens during natural disasters coming and things of that nature. We know where to get the water from now. So we don't get nothing, we gonna get the water, you feel me?
Nice.
And they grow their own food as well, you know, and there's other farmers I've been connected with as well. But ultimately, to me, that's one of the major keys to freedom. We talk about freedom, but I don't care how much you own your business, how much money you got in your pocket, if you don't have any access to food, clothing, shelter, then you kind of going to be dependent to a certain extent. And whoever has control over that, they can, I mean, it's nice for them to do pure good business, but they can take advantage of you if they want to because you're dependent on them. So I've been real big on that. And the last thing is this program. I'll probably be finishing up in the next 2 or 3 weeks and starting the enrollment in the next couple weeks. But I'm doing like a online course where it's basically the journey to self-discovery and self-mastery. So we're gonna go through a 10-point program, so to speak, where we basically go through different elements of self-mastery. So the first half of the course is gonna be about like knowledge of self, from your personal individual perspective to the social self, which is your family, your community, to your tribal self, which is your ancestors, your history, heritage, as well as your future, your unborn children, your descendants come before you and the ascendants come after you. So yeah, your future, your past, present, and future. So the first half is going to be breaking all those different elements and perspectives down, tapping in on different lineage of our history, starting with us being hunter-gatherers, which is securing that initial foundation for ourselves, being able to secure our own food and depend on our own self-survival skills. So we go from the hunter-gatherers to the agricultural era where we first harnessed agriculture and was able to start to build our own village, communities, empires, and dynasties. Then we'll go on, fast forward through the slavery time period and come into the Reconstruction era, Black Wall Street, you know, and seeing how we were able to develop all this greatness and how we were able to be producers and depend on ourselves. Then we'll fast forward through the Harlem Renaissance, through the integration and how that kind of fragmented our communities, and we started to put our energy outside of ourselves, our community, versus where that we did during the Black Wall Street era, which every time we were left alone to do us, we undefeated. Can't be stopped.
Right.
So as soon as we start taking that energy outside of ourselves, that's when we start to compete against each other and be divisive, and that is where we become weaker. But together, united we stand, divided we fall. You feel me? So after the integration, we'll fast forward into the civil rights and the Black Power era, and then we'll finalize with the hip hop era from the perspective of the children of the civil rights and Black Power era, because the ones that initiated the foundation of hip hop were the ones that had that black love, black power, that revolutionary energy, because they were children in the 60s and 70s. You feel me? And and then we'll finalize with actually finalizing your personal journey. I say roadmap to success. So finalizing basically your 5-year, 10-year plan and your 100-year plan. You know, so we got to think that far ahead. I think that's something.
Yo, that's the T right there. Like.
So I've been head down, studying heavy, and connecting with other master teachers that'll be, you know, giving their 2 cents and their contributions to the course. So it's gonna be a powerful thing. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yo, that is, it's so much medicine in that. That is vital. Like, that is the key to life. That is what I know this movement is all about. It's like having that order, that foundation. It's like we building from the ground up. And I know to some people that feels like we're starting over, but that's what we needed. Like we needed to know those steps. Like how did we get here? How did we get to the great dynasties and then fall? We needed to know the mistakes. We needed to know the greatness. We needed to know all those pieces. And yet it starts with basic needs because we can have ownership over houses, ownership over businesses, but when we don't have, if we don't know ourselves first, and if we don't know how to feed ourselves, clothe ourselves, and protect ourselves, all that shit is just shit. Like it's literally just stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah, we have to learn. It starts from inside and then out. Yo, that
absolutely.
is so key. That is so powerful. I'm just like buzzing over here, yo.
Absolutely. So
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
we here cooking up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's my protest. That's my revolutionary bag. You know, everybody has their own role. Some people out doing the protesting, some doing the riots. I've been in my bunker, you know, in my laboratory, you know,
Yeah,
cooking
yeah.
up.
Yeah, yeah. It's been I think that's important too for people to realize their roles. I like you know, we can do so many things. Those of us that are really have been in this, especially for a long time. So like that movement feels like, oh, I can be here, I can be there, I can be there. And for me, it was like, you know, I got into it. Like the first protest that happened here, I was on it. You know, as soon as they started organizing, I was on it. And then I was like, whoa, like this feels like, you know, it feels like something else. Like I need to be doing something else as well. So I jumped in on the like, how do we build wealth? You know, how do we, you know, talk about, you know, us really owning the spaces that we used to own historically, whatever. So yeah, it is. It's like knowing our roles and then really sitting back and activating them and positioning ourselves in a place of power. That is just like, man, it's so essential right now. And not to feel rushed or and I think that's important too to fall back and to be still sometimes because there's so much happening and all these shifts that are happening right now, the distractions right now are just like ridiculously at an all-time high. Like every day I'm like, what the fuck? That's something different than they said yesterday. So it's just like, so you really have to be tapped in internally. So what is your, with all this stuff that you are doing, all this beautiful, like very, very vital things that you're doing in order to move liberation for people, how do you, what does that practice look like every day for you?
Um, so first off, I'll start with it. So one of the first things I was doing when this pandemic was coming on us was like look internal at myself, like what's my health life look like? You feel me? So I
Yes.
started looking up different master teachers from the health and wellness field and started to incorporate certain health regimens, certain herbs, certain things to put in my teas, you know, make sure I'm getting my ginger, putting some cayenne pepper in my tea sometimes, or certain meals, I started cooking up my own homemade soups, you feel me? So I could incorporate some of those herbs and everything in that fashion. You know, I've done through salads, you know, adding things to the salad, you know, but ultimately, yeah, it was focusing on how can I eat better. One of the first things was like I started saying like we gotta splurge on ourselves, splurge on our inner being rather than just the exterior, you know. And I went in deep roots. I swear I spent like $60, $70. I ain't have nothing. I had like one bag. I was like, where the rest of my food at? Where? You know, but at the end of the day, it was like I can't be cheap on my body. You feel me? On my mind. You feel me? Like I had to make sure that I'm putting high quality and making sure that I can operate at an optimal level, and also ways that I can elevate my immune system. You know, and then I've been working out. I mean, to be honest, like before the corona, I was kind of getting back into my workout regimen, but when that came down, it like kicked me into overdrive. And it was like certain time periods where, you know, how you be laying around being lazy, making excuses. And, you know, I might work out later. I'm going to work out tomorrow. We stuck in the house. I'm like, look, it's on my mind now. You should work out right now. You feel me?
Right.
So I was like, in order to get away from procrastinating and making excuses, like, it was certain things like you talking about you should be reading more. Open the book right now. You feel me? So I would just start doing things like that. Drop down and start my push-up routine, get my little in-home workout in. And I'll be in the house getting active, like sweating, like, yo, what you mean y'all can't get right because the gym ain't open? Like, I'm in the house getting active, or I'm going outside to the park, and me and T Walk getting some sunlight. I've been making sure I'm getting my sunlight on a regular basis, and plenty of water. So ultimately, the first thing was the health, and then the second thing, was the mind. Like, what's my mental space look like? Do I have, like, basically, like I was talking about earlier, where I was saying, we talk about entrepreneurship and artistic expression and things of that nature. But I'm like, dang, do I really have the ability to lead a community? You feel me? To get the needs to survive? Like, let's say we become free all of a sudden right now. Would I be able to, like, where would I be leading the people to? You feel me?
Wow.
I'm going to be leading them to Food Lion to get their water. I had to start asking the universe for, all right, I want to become a producer myself, but I'm not going to become a producer or get my 1,000 acres tomorrow. But the universe started to connect me with people who already had 100, 200 acres, 1,000 acres. And I just got up under their wing, and I started to help contribute to them, all while being a student and watching them operate their land, operate their businesses. So that was the first keys to me, was getting my body right and then getting my mind right. And not just learning any random facts, but actually learning what I could do or how to build a blueprint for our people, So I read Up From Slavery by Booker T. Washington. Powerful book as a builder, as a school builder, nation builder, community builder. Highly recommended book. I've been listening to some Marcus Garvey, been looking at some Elijah Muhammad, and seeing like how Elijah Muhammad could build Muhammad Farms, and he transitioned in the mid-70s, and in 2020, Muhammad Farms is still feeding people. You feel me? Like, that's the type time we got to be on. That's what freedom looks more like than, I mean, we got to pass down businesses, money, and things of that nature, but we got to pass down institutions and resources. So that's been my major keys right there.
Amazing. I just want to speak to your growth on that, because I remember when we first met, yeah, the health was like, yo, what else you gonna eat though?
Oh, what?
What else you gonna put on that plate? Yeah.
What you said? Oh, you saw me throwing down one day?
Right.
Oh, no, I got some balance now. I still throw down now, but I'm also sweating and working out a lot too, though, And, yeah, I'm all about a balance now. Certain things I've cut out. I mean, I've been off the pork. I'm off the beef. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then there's just other things that I've just been incorporating, making sure I'm going out my way to just eat, like, put it like this. Some of us will think like just eating vegetables and doing any random thing is healthy, but there's certain ways you can go about this, to not eat but so late. Like, I learned about your body takes about like 10 hours to break down food. So if you eat but so late, your body will be literally working throughout your whole sleeping period, which means you're not resting. You feel me? So when you might sleep 6-8 hours and wake up still tired, that's because your body was probably working throughout the whole night. And then also when you wake up, people talk about breakfast, breaking your fast, the break fast, and making sure you don't just up and put a lot of heavy food in your body, excuse me. So I will usually start my day out with like a smoothie or some fruit or something like that. And then I evolved to, somebody told me, you got to get like at least like 32 ounces of water. That was the recommended level. Get 32 ounces of water in your body before you eat anything. So now, man, look, I start my day out like a plan. I go out and eat I'll have some water and sunlight for breakfast. You feel me?
Exactly.
And then I'll get into my fruit, a smoothie or something like that. And then as the day progresses, I'll eat like a heavier meal. You feel me? So
Yes.
I've been evolving every day.
Yeah, absolutely. When you ain't got all those heavy metals and meats and all that other stuff in your body, you can you can process energy and you can think a little bit clearly. People don't
Yeah.
realize like our first brain is our stomach, and there's so much with that because in that digestive process, all that flows through all other parts of our organs, of our cells, and how we process and all the other stuff. So yeah, getting that health together is important. That's
Absolutely.
one of the things that I teach first is like, okay, what you eating, what you eating, and then what's your daily practice like, so we can get those routines down and start to so people can tap in. I think we got so used to like moving so much and like eating heavy meals and thinking that was what we needed to energize us and to not really feeling our bodies. We don't feel that, a lot of times, a lot of that heavy, whether it's processed food or whatever, is really weighing us down and keeping us from being able to function or, like you said, to rest. And that's vital. Sleep, air, water. Again, getting down to the basic needs. So awesome, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, it's lot of awesome movements happening right now. I know I'm definitely in this space of COVID has changed a lot in how I share my things, but I've always been virtual. So that has picked up. And I like being in that space too because um it's a different energy and I get to reach more people that way, than a face to face. So I missed a lot of the one on one in my travel and being attuned to Mother Earth in different ways in that way. But the nature,
Oh,
getting out in nature is important
oh
as well in the
yeah,
practice.
absolutely. Let me
Mm-hmm.
add to the virtual though, because I ain't gonna lie, me and T Walt, we've been, I mean, way before 2020, we've been like, yo, we gotta get more engaged with our audience and speak more, show more content and all these things. But I mean, we like the last era that came before technology. We grew up without technology, so some of this we still evolving and adapting with. Like, I'm not really one to just be my phone in my face all day, talking to my phone and all that. Like, so it would be kind of like we was kind of dragging our feet with getting tapped in and more engaged with our digital audience, our social media audience. But this literally like this 2020 has like it's no excuses. Like you cannot have any excuses. You gotta tap in. If it's something your spirit and your soul is telling you to do, you better do it. You feel me? Or you're gonna look back at all the time that you wasted and like, dang, I should have did that. I should. How many times you gonna say that? How many years are you gonna say I should have did that? You feel me? But ultimately, it's been a beautiful thing to start my different conversations, podcasts, and lives and things like that online. I've been able to connect with so many dope people that I would have never imagined, but it would just be like, well, everybody is sitting around kind of stuck in their home. So I would kind of reach above and beyond and let me see if I can get like Professor Griff or something. Like they
Right.
want their friends, like wise, intelligent. Well, to be honest, some of them names I already had in my circle of reach, and I would go ahead and reach out. But as I started to move, the universe started moving with me, and my man would hit me like, "You want to get wise intelligence on? Duh, yeah. You want to get Professor Griff? Yeah, you feel me? So it's just been a beautiful divine year, like through all the trials and tribulations and any obstacles, we have had to overcome. I think overall it's just forcing us to get in a space of taking advantage of our time, our energy, our mind, our life, appreciating our life, and just ultimately, like I said, taking advantage of the time at the end of the day and even evolving. I say the last thing I say in that breath is like just to evolve, like
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of us, man, we probably had these grand 2020 vision plans laid out. But you know what they say, when you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us have had to evolve and become a little more fluid and a little more flexible, which ultimately gave me a broader diversity to what I'm capable of doing. You know, I got into the stock market and I've been able to secure some nice little bags here and there off the stocks, and it's just like my I diversified my portfolio real heavy in these past few months. So it's just been a beautiful divine time.
Yeah, yeah, it's all about alignment, right? Like, and I feel like that's the difference in like where if you know that you were on that right path, is this whole shift that happened just right put you right in place to where you needed to be or where you said you wanted to be, and
Right.
it shifted right in that. I know that was a lot for me. It was definitely right for me to just like slow down and then like, oh, I'm already doing a lot of this, so let me focus more attention on this. So yeah, that's beautiful that you were able to shift right into that space. So
Absolutely.
tell me a little bit more about like what's going on in the arts. I know you all, so you are one half of Soul Society.
I'm on 1 million.
I knew you were gonna say that. That's why I paused like that. I was like, wait for the numbers to like go up.
I'm on 1 million.
I
Sorry,
love it.
we local. You feel me? But so as far as the arts go, T Walk, you probably have to bring him on. He can get
Yeah,
more
I'm
into the
definitely.
art side. He started a creative writing online course, you know, and we've been doing the art galleries. We kind of been slacking the past. Well, I'm not even gonna say slacking. We've kind of took a break from
Mm-hmm.
the art gallery the past few weeks because there's just been so much other things going on. But yeah, we'll be coming back with the virtual art gallery soon, and we're gonna be coming back in the physical. We got a space in Greensboro, a community center that we're gonna be doing a lot of work in, and we're gonna be hosting a art gallery in that space in the near future, very near. And then also, hopefully the weather, is all good, but we planning this upcoming Sunday back in our hometown, Jacksonville, North Carolina, to have the art gallery out there, as well as celebrating our 5 years of Soul Society. This summer we hit 5 years of operating, and it's crazy to like, dang, 5 years already.
Right.
And we've made a lot of growth, planted a lot of great seeds, made a lot of great connections. So we're gonna be celebrating real big this weekend, and infusing the art gallery, bringing some of our day one performers and artists to the table, and we'll probably go live so the people in the virtual world, social media world, can experience. Yeah, that's pretty much the main things as far as the art goes right now. We have some other things that we cooking up, and of course, we also, looking at the news on a daily and weekly basis to kind of see when we could really get back outside a little more. But yeah, it's been the last thing I add with the art is just within this whole movement of what's going on. It's been beautiful to see all the art, like the Renaissance, take effect in these times, like to see all the beautiful artwork and murals all over the country. I don't know if you've been to Greensboro anytime recently, but downtown Greensboro is beautiful. There's so much beautiful artwork, so many beautiful, powerful expressions down there. So, dang, matter of fact, now I'm just thinking about it. Like, we're planning to do like a walking art gallery down there as well, where we just had the people come together. We'll start at a certain point, and then we'll walk and engage with some of the artwork that's up.
Okay, nice. Yeah, yeah. I haven't been down there in a while, but yeah, that's
How about
definitely
out there
something.
in
Huh?
Asheville, right? You're in Asheville, right?
Yep.
Do they have like a lot of murals and different things around town out there? I know it's like a real artsy area.
Yeah, yeah. They was on it as soon as it happened. I mean, it for different reasons. I mean, when they started to do the protest downtown, they hurried up and boarded up a lot of businesses down there. So that could be seen either way, but they made sure they put, you know, Black Lives Matter and all the art stuff and, you know, stuff like that. So it was cool. It was nice. But we did just get our Black Lives Matter mural on street mural a couple of weeks ago. And we had, you know, several local artists and some regional artists participate in that. So that was pretty dope to see. It's right around the monument that they're trying to take down, the Confederate monument that they're trying to take down. So that was pretty powerful. I feel like that in itself, like, you know, talk about like, you know, being a major manifester people that we are, and like putting our magic into things. Our spell work, our artwork is key to that. You know, we start to dismantle and take up, you know, all these names and all these, you know, other monuments around the country, and we start to place our artwork and our names and our value and our spells on there, and just saying that. I mean, you know, it's a whole different agenda, but you know, but I still think it's part of the power that is like manifesting through this you know, this revolution of a sense that we're having. So I think that's very, very necessary and powerful to have the arts. I mean, arts have always led the way to, you know, to shifts and changes in the collective consciousness. It's just the way to get things done.
We tell artists, especially the students, like about how artists are historians in a way, you know. And I know one of the some of the most powerful expressions of that is just like the hieroglyphics. Like the first form of written language was art.
Yep.
You feel me?
Yep.
Actually, all these words were originally symbols that were developed by artists. You feel me?
Yep.
But the hieroglyphics is art that captured certain stories and messages, ancient messages. Then you got like the Olmec heads and things like that, and everything that was able to be uncovered in the North and South America that was able to capture a time period. That was literally artists, you feel me, that were able to show us like, dang, we've been here, you know, and that's the power of the arts right there, you know.
All of it, from the pyramids to the Sphinx, all of that is art. Architecture at its greatest. And that's, you know, I know that's what I put in a lot of my art. I mean, that's what comedic arts is the manifestation of like the spiritual arts as well as like that unspoken language, because I feel like there's so much more that we can activate through the imagination, you know, through this limited, you know, spoken word. So it paves the way for it all, and it tells a story, you know, it tells a story. So that's beautiful. I love the medicine. I got this fly going around me. I just, the ancestors are strong right now. I'm like, I don't know how I got in my house. It's buzzing around my head. So what else is going on out there? What else is your movement? Like, speaking of like major manifesting, you've been talking about so many things that's upcoming, but what is something that's like dear and heart to you right now?
To be honest, like, so I'm a visionary, you know. As a visionary, we always got new visions. We always got new ideas. So me, I've evolved in kind of creating my focuses, my focus zones, you know, because me, I'll be out here working on 10 things at once, where you know it, you feel me? So I've got some notebooks I've been filling up, and I'll be doing my different little journaling or just taking notes on certain ideas or certain things I'm studying. And I've been, you know, filling up the journal and everything, all while staying focused on the few things at a time. You feel me? So I've been focusing. That's another reason why the Heart Gallery kind of fell into the back seat for a second, because we just been staying focused on certain things at a certain time, you know. So over the past month and some change, I've been heavily working on this online course that I've been talking about. And then over the past couple weeks, this water that had me, man, this joint that had me occupied. Like, I've been running up and down. Man, look, I had not expected to move so much water so quick. You feel me? So every time I turn around, I'm back getting more water. You feel me? Yeah. And it's only been, Friday will be 2 weeks. And I moved over like 200 gallons already. You feel me?
Wow.
So I've been planning, like I'm making a trip back home when I get off of this. And that's like 3 hours away. And I had like 10 more gallons ordered than what I had on stock. Like I was planning on being home yesterday, and then I was going to do the live from back home, but I couldn't even go back home yet because I had to go get some more water. You feel me? I'm like, there's no way I can't go down there with, I really don't even got enough room in the car to take as much as I really need. You feel me? But I'm like, I'm going to have to double back and get everything I can. I'm going to have to fill up this car on my way. But yeah, so that's been the main thing, working on different clothes and things like that. We've been releasing. T-Walk, he been in the lab cooking up some new music real heavy. Yeah. So we've been coming up with, you know, different strategies and marketing schemes for all these different things. So yeah, that's been the main thing, getting T-Walk and music together, getting this water pumping, working on the online course. Those are the main things. And then, this community center. Okay, I can talk about that as well. So in East Greensboro off of Phillip Avenue, there's East White Oak Community Center. Mm-hmm. So it's like an old community center. It's been ran by a family over some time now. And you know that era of the elders that they was like really about their business, about their community, and they may have not necessarily found the successors to pass down the things to before they transition. And they're kind of in that space right now where they're looking for that new energy, that new life to kind of, so we're going through a remodeling process. And then we also are organizing some programs that we'll be hosting in this space. But we pretty much got the green light to host all different types of educational programs. We got a brother, he's going to do self-defense and weapons training and certifications. He's going to also do the raised beds gardens on the outside. Then we got some different art programs, artistic expression, art therapy, art development. What else we going to have there? We're going to have some health and wellness going on, some different health and wellness programs. It's a kitchen, so we'll probably maybe have some culinary classes as well as selling some of this good health and wellness food out of there or something like that. And then like half the building, well, overall, it's dedicated to like a museum type of aspect where, so they got like half the building where they got like murals and stuff and different artifacts and memorabilia from like the Greensboro 4 and different other Greensboro unsung heroes, basically giving the honor to the ancestors and also highlighting that, and so the youth can really know about some of the greatness that has came from the community that we living in. So that's one of the major keys right there too that I'm really excited about, to have an actual space we can host our own events and programs and have the freedom to do what we want to do, how we want to do it. And, you know, we pretty much going to be exchanging in a good way where we basically going to invest a lot of sweat equity, and in return, we're going to be able to get a green light to host our events for little to no overhead. Of course, we're going to all be working together to balance our schedules out. So that's something we're going to be working on over the next few weeks, try to etch out what's already reoccurring programs and services there, and then see what's available to fill in those gaps. So we're going to be looking for a lot of educators and people in the community to come host their programs. You know, we're going to have a tutoring and a mentorship program there. We needed that anyway, but now more than ever with the lack of being able to go into the schools, a lot of people doing the virtual and at home schooling. So there's going to be a lot of support and, you know, things that we need to create where we can give the proper resources and support to the youth coming into this upcoming school year. So on August 15th, we're going to do like a community cleanup day where we come together, make sure that outside, do our beautification outside, doing some cleaning up inside, rearranging some of the rooms and getting them ready for us to be fully operational. And then we'll also, it was kind of short notice, but as many school supplies as we can get, we're going to give those out that day as well. And then we just going to also roll out some of those programs so the parents and the community will know these are some of the things that will be going on in this space, and these are some of the ways we'll be supporting the youth in this space. So that's one of the major things that I'm looking forward to in the near future that we're working on.
Good. I'm glad to see they're doing something in that space. I remember going into that space some years ago, and they were trying to figure out, how to get some programs and stuff moving into there. So I'm glad that you are doing that. It's a beautiful spot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Commit, I don't know if you know Commit Mallory, Poetry and Basketball.
Of course. Yep.
So he's like one of the head people right now, doing the like program director, and he's been like, really, man, I don't know. It might be about a year by now, but him and Main Man, they've been steady telling me about White Oak Community Center, East White Oak Community Center, and I've been moving around, doing different stuff, using different spaces, and I never got out there. And like I said, the 2020, the Corona season has done cleared all the distractions and able to put the essentials on the forefront. And I just ain't had no excuses. I ain't had no events coming up or going on. So, like, let me pull up to the spot, see what y'all got going on. And as soon as I touched down, I was like, this is it right here. Like, yo, we about to get this popping right here. And it's perfect in the right community that we need to be in. It's close to A&T. I mean, it's in a perfect location. So we gonna bring some of the heavy energy in there.
Dope. Yeah, it happens as it's supposed to.
Absolutely, right on time, divine timing as always.
Yep, dope. All right, so what you want to tell the people? What you want to speak to? I want to ask you to speak to the divine masculine on where we are and whatever words you have to give.
So let's see. What I will say, I don't know. We in a special era right now, and there's a lot of people that's on this freedom to do any and everything you want to, and the man could be a house dad, and the woman could be bringing home the bacon, and man, look, everybody can do them at a certain extent, but I feel like as a man, we have to be protectors and providers of our families and our communities, especially like, the police brutality things going on. Like, man, we got to get serious about pulling together our mind, body, our resources, and figuring out how can we secure our own communities. How can we protect and serve our own communities? What are some of the old blueprints we need to look at? I think a great blueprint is some of the foundations of some of these gangs. A lot of them, they transitioned out of the foundation of what they were created for. But in the 60s and 70s, these gangs was created to protect and serve our community from the police, from white militias and white gangs. You feel me? We got to get back to that and be serious about being the ones to protect ourselves and our own people. You feel me? I think that's major key. And we gotta get serious about training. Training physically, getting our weapons training in, getting our certifications and all that. Like, I think that's a major key right there. So I think the protection is a major key. I'm still trying to figure out how to bring back some more love, balance, and harmony in the man and woman fragmentation that's going on. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, women not feeling protected, men feel they type of ways and all type of stuff going on where we are so combative. And I'm like, and if there was never a time for us to be together, it's now. And with the enemy on the forefront attacking us, we're still attacking each other. You feel me? I mean, the men are still attacking each other. Every time I turn around and see some more shooting and killings in our own community, it makes me sick in my stomach. Like, because at the same time, the cops come in and do whatever they want, and I'm not pushing us to be violent and to be killing and things, but why are we so, like, we'll kill our own brother in our own community over stepping on our damn shoes. The police are coming in our neighborhood. Like, a lot of these gangsters, I ain't seen them at the rallies and pulling their guns out and none of that. Like, where y'all at? But I will say, I think there's a beautiful blueprint in the Fruit of the Islam. It's been beautiful to see the NFAC. And I don't know if you saw the black militia that was on Stone Mountain and all that. That's been beautiful. I seen a beautiful demonstration of the Hebrew Israelites. I can't remember if it was Detroit or Chicago. But I don't know if you saw the video with them in they all purple, and they was just, I don't know how many people was out there. Like, I never seen the back of the line in the video. Like, you feel me? So I think it's things like that. We gotta organize like that and come together and be very intentional and direct about what we're gonna demand and what we're not gonna allow in our community. You know, so we gotta protect and serve and check the police, and we also gotta protect and serve and check our own brothers and sisters in our community. You know, a brother that's doing something foul in the community, we gotta check them. You feel me? Head first, you know, cause it hurt me like to keep hearing like we don't feel protected and y'all gotta check, man. I'm like, look, I mean, when I'm in the presence of, like, I'm not allowing nothing crazy to go on. You feel me? Yeah. But it's just like I be feeling helpless sometimes cause a lot goes on outside of our presence, outside of our view. So it's like. Yeah. There's other men that be around sometimes in some of these cases, and I'm like, what y'all doing? Yeah. Like, y'all got your phone?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just like, yo, it's brothers around in this video where this woman is getting, man, the sickest thing I saw was like these group of young boys, they was jumping a sister, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. I feel like we really got to get into our own community where we can control the flow and the vibes and how we operate in our community, because we've made a lot of great progress. I see us operating at the highest level in my lifetime as far as being pro-black, being community oriented. But even still, it's so much poison that's going on in our communities. There's so many poisonous mentalities in our community, and yeah, we gotta do something about it. So, in my own personal abilities, I feel like my major role and purpose is to touch the young men, to make sure they grow up in the right, proper space and mentality, as ones that's going to serve their family and their community. But it's the adults where I be feeling like sometimes like a lot of us get stuck in our ways, and I'm not gonna say too far gone, but I don't have that ability to bring them back. But one of the only reasons I even could have hope that some of these adults that I feel like is so far gone is a model like the Nation of Islam, to see them transform young men from all different levels, drug users and abusers to criminals and things of that nature. Like I've seen them transform some men into men. You feel me? So I think we just gotta hold each other accountable at the end of the day. That's my main thing with the men. Be a man, fulfill your role of being a protector and provider in your family and in your community. And yeah, it's a daily process, but you got to be intentional about choosing to grow, choosing to learn more. I feel like there's a lot that I had to fulfill in myself I didn't grow up with a lot of man figures. I've never seen a man operate a household. I've had some good man role models that I would see once a week, once a month, random occasions, but I've never seen a man operate a household. So a lot of this I've been having to learn as I go. But the thing is, I'm being intentional about learning and growing. Some of us be like, I ain't had no father, I don't know, I ain't, and it's almost like they settling for not knowing.
Right.
You feel me? No, there's men around that we can tap in with. There's elders, there's ancestors that got blueprints, books, speeches, all types of messages. So we got to go out our way to fulfill what that role of a man is. And that's another reason why I got the course and I'm breaking it down to ground zero, where we'll look at the progress of how we were operating as an individual in the hunting gathering period. You know, what was the man's role? What was the woman's role? How did we exemplify our greatness? How did we fulfill our potential and our roles, you know? So, yeah, at the end of the day, going back to the basics, you know, and I'm just one step at a time. I'm trying to organize all the like-minded brothers I can, all while helping the other ones grow at the same time. And my number one way of teaching the adult men is to be that example, you know. So that's the major key for me right there.
Yeah. I think it's important, like what you're speaking on, is we are building, we are also healing. And so, you know, it's going to be a lot of different, you know, transmissions happening in between, and we just got to be mindful of where people are, and, you know, hope they get it. And you, like you say, like, you know, be accountable and hold people accountable when we see it, and notice, you know, we can only do so much. So, yeah.
The one thing I want to add to that is the mental health aspect.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of us have been traumatized and gone through traumatic experience. We got PTSD all throughout our communities, all that. And I think we definitely got to get serious about getting therapy and counseling and just different forms of mental health, you know, different forms of healthy self-expression. T-Walk, you know, he'll probably get more further into this when he talked to you. But growing up, man had a wild temper, you feel me? And he talked about how music and writing gave him a way of healthy expression, you know, and I think we all got to find what is our medium of expression, you feel me? And we all, whether it's writing, whether it's doing some artwork, whether it's, maybe you're not even going to be the next best rapper, but if your healthy expression is finding a booth to go into just to get some feelings out and ride in your car to those feelings and process it like that, then do that, you know. So that's a major thing we will be doing with the youth is exposing them to different options that they have, you know, and they might not even directly, I mean, we'll tap in on the mental health aspect, but we'll also just be putting them in spaces where I know you say you don't want to be a rapper or a singer, but today we're going to all make a song, you feel me? And allow you to go through that experience to see, like, you might come out the other side like, dang, I really enjoyed that. I really feel like I lifted something off of my chest, off my shoulders when I did that. Or I really enjoyed this journaling exercise. I really enjoyed doing this poetry or whatever it may be. So that's a major key as part of what we're doing within Soul Society is creating spaces of healthy expression, art therapy, you know.
Yes. Well, love. We got like, I ain't even know they was going to do a countdown. It's the longest I've been on here, so I appreciate you, brother. Let people know where they can find you, and so, we will definitely
follow us at Soul Society NC. Check out some of our clothes and T Walker's course on and his music on HeavyEnergyUniversity.com. I also got some adult collection of photos. I'm an amateur photographer as well at Eyesight Visions. That's the letter I, sight, SIGHT _vision. So yeah, that's it. Oh, and follow the YouTube. We want to run up the YouTube. Just follow us. Type in your search bar at Soul Society NC. You'll find our YouTube page. We got some dope interviews. We got David Banner interview, KRS-One lecture, Sonny Patterson, Moo Fresh. I mean, we got some heavy ones up there. So y'all tap in with us on that, and we'll be doing a lot more of our lives and conversations on YouTube as well. So I greatly appreciate your time, your love, your energy, your support, and yeah.